Right, this is the chief supporting contest on the programme, and what an attractive fight this one looks to be. Facing us Russell Davidson, the former Central Area Featherweight champion, in action against Eamon McAuley from Belfast. And this looks to be a cracker. 6 3-minute rounds. McAuley, of course, ABA lightweight champion way back in 1985. Beat Carl Crook. Crook, of course, went on to become British and Commonwealth lightweight champion. Fought for the European title too. McAuley, very good left hooker. Davidson, a very smart boxer. Hits harder than he looks. Takes a good shot. And this is the first time in the ring for 2.5 years for McAuley, and a very hard comeback, I think. And to say that Davidson has fought them all is a bit of an understatement. I'll get to that later. And I've got a lot of time for these two lads. Good right over the top from McAuley. So Russ Davidson in the white trunks, managed by Jack Trickett, trained by Ray Farrell. Eamon McAuley now with the McMahon Promotions. Left hook there from Davidson, just popped over the top of the right. Nice body punch. And this, I think, Eamon's fight, I think. Left right from McAuley, nice and quick. And the last time I saw Eamon in action was when he bashed Ricky Bushell down on the floor several times. And again, a lovely body punch from McAuley. McAuley, I would say, was the hardest single puncher of the two. Well, they were sparring for openings in the first minute and a half or so of this round, but now it looks like McAuley's just going to take the edge. And suddenly Davidson comes back with two lefts. Oops, and a good body punch again from McAuley. Nice work from Eamon. This crowd getting behind everything he does. And he'll go some to stop Davidson, I think. The end of a very interesting opening round there, and I think McAuley's got it. Davidson's got the pleasure of going the distance and beating Michael Armstrong in one of their 3 meetings. Also went the full way with Kevin Kelly, the #1 featherweight in the world. Tim Driscoll, former British title challenger and world title challenger, WBO version. Colin McMillan, of course, who was WBO champion. So at this stage of McAuley's comeback, I'd say it was pretty unthinkable that McAuley can stop Davidson when those other good names I mentioned couldn't. Round 2, there's a scheduled 6 threes. Eamon McAuley in the burgundy trunks from Belfast. And trying to break up Davidson with those body punches. Good shots now, these from McAuley. And Davidson's come through rougher patches than this in his life, and just walked straight out of the corner. And there looks to be a lump around Eamon's left eye. Nice left right from Davidson, nice and quick. And his body punching from McAuley has forced Davidson to tuck his elbows in nice and tight, and consequently can't get too many of his own punches off. Oh, nice though from Davidson. But once again McAuley comes back, digging those left hooks to the ribs. Good work this from McAuley. Does look the part. Davidson showing a lot of grit just to take these punches and try and work his own manoeuvres. And this has been a good round for young Eamon. When you think that Davidson has given a lot of good fighters a hard time over 8 and 10 rounds, this is a good start for McAuley. 2 gone, he's got them both in the bag.
Eamon McAuley then in the burgundy trunks, no relation to the former world flyweight champion Dave McAuley, who's from Larne. All Eamon McAuley's amateur boxing was across the water in England. He won National Association of Boys Clubs titles in 1983 and again in 85, and was the London Senior Amateur Champion in 85, the year that he won his ABA title. That really was a very, very major upset, defeating Carl Crook in the final. Russell Davidson had 2 unsuccessful challenges for Central Area titles, Super Feather and Feather, before finally securing that crown. McAuley in defence, keeping those hands well up to the side of his face and his elbows tucked in. Nice variation by McAuley, going from the head and then to the body. But like McAuley, Davidson has the elbows well tucked in, and the Belfast man hasn't been able to get through. Davidson starting to drop the left hand a little bit. And McAuley maybe just beginning to vary the tactics a little bit. A lot of slapping, nothing much to worry about. Solid enough left from Davidson. That was a good right from McAuley. That was a good right. Well, the Davidson corner seemed to think that even at this early stage, McAuley's running out of steam. Nice slashing right from Davidson, but there's a little nick at the corner of Russell Davidson's right eye. Now, it doesn't look too serious at this stage. It's a tiny, tiny little nick, and a little caution about the use of the head to Davidson. About 15 seconds remaining. Good shot there by McAuley, and Davidson comes back. He's got his legs spread wide and is just soaking up what the Belfast man is dishing out. And McAuley won't have much time to press home any advantage.
points then for round 4, and Eamon McAuley was rattled quite badly, I thought, in the third by some very good rights from Ross Davidson, and the odd left hook as well. And Davidson trying to pick it up here in the fourth where he left off in the third. So this is not a foregone conclusion in favour of McAuley. And this 2.5-year layoff can't have done Eamon McAuley any good. It's all right sparring, etc., but when you get out there in front of the crowd and you've got a fired up fellow in front of you, life can be a bit tough. And again, that right hand from Davidson. Very fast puncher, Ross Davidson. One of his main assets, I'd say. He was also very correct. His accuracy is good. Oh, nice right hand left hook from McAuley, but took one. Oh. And Davidson there calls him again with a right high on the head. And McAuley wants to be very careful here. He's very gamely going forward, but he's walking onto punches. Referee for this one, Barney Wilson. And Eamon McAuley needs to get that famous left hook working. Good punches from McAuley, backed up. There's not a great deal so far in this round. This is round 4 of the scheduled 6. McAuley then suddenly puts some good punches together. Oh, takes a right though. Fought on pretty level terms so far. This one. Good round.
Round 5.
2 rounds remaining of what's been a pretty absorbing featherweight contest. Russell Davidson, this very tough man from Salford, has occasionally caught Eamon McAuley from Belfast and has hurt the former ABA champion. McAuley reads to just move and counter and vary the shots, because I don't know that he's got the firepower to stop the man from Salford. By and large, McAuley's footwork and defence have been pretty good. Well, that last right hand from McAuley did get through. Davidson took the earlier shots on the gloves, but needless to say, every time McAuley throws a punch, the crowd come alive. I think injudicious use of the head yet again by Davidson, earning him a warning, or a little caution I should say, from Barney Wilson. McAuley looked a bit tired towards the end of the last round and came back well, and it's Davidson's turn to come under pressure. Don't know that McAuley wants to be getting into a toe-to-toe slugging match with this man who might just have a harder punch. A minute to go in this, the 5th and penultimate round. And McAuley's come back into it well. Davidson holding on the opposite side from referee Barney Wilson. Davidson going for the body. He hasn't swung at McAuley's head now for a round or two. Both boxers missing. McAuley being encouraged just to try to pick his man off with short, crisp little lefts. And Davidson is much more suited to a mauling, brawling kind of a contest. Good round that, good strong finish. And McAuley goes back to his corner knowing that if he survives the 6th and final round, then he'll have made a winning comeback. A well-deserved round of applause for both these boxers, Russell Davidson and White from Salford, and Belfast Eamon McAuley, the 27-year-old. This is his 11th professional fight since he turned pro in May 1986, the same month that Davidson decided to take the paid ranks, and McAuley saying, "Come forward, I can take it." Well, that's very brave of him. He's been wobbled a couple of times. Davidson has been a very strong opponent indeed. And McAuley doesn't want to get too confident. He's just got to jab and move and keep his man away. And on my card, he'll win this. Davidson throwing wild punches in arcs and doing a little bit of slapping. Barney Wilson having trouble separating two very tired lightweights. Both natural lightweights, but they've come down there to feather. They've been boiled down for this. McAuley bouncing nicely. Davidson, as ever, the head tucked down, comes bullocking forward. Nice crisp countering by McAuley. There's always the danger of that right hand of Davidson scoring. A little bit of a breather in the middle of the fight from McAuley, but he's come back well. Davidson, a look almost of resignation on his face. He's got a little nick now underneath the right eye. One of the earlier rounds, there's a little trickle appeared from the corner just above the eye. This really has been a very interesting and entertaining contest. McAuley, obviously the local favourite. And he's found Davidson's style very difficult. So don't use your head and don't push down from Barney Wilson. That's the danger punch from Davidson. McAuley caught his man with a right. I think that maybe hurt McAuley's hand because he gave it a wee shake. So about 30 seconds remaining. McAuley just boxing nicely to a 9th victory in this his 11th professional contest. Davidson, time is running out for him. I'll be very surprised if the hand that's raised is not that of Eamon McAuley. Although he doesn't want to get caught again with rights like that. There it is. McAuley gets it.